guys had 35 wins last year and then 35 wins this year. What's your reaction to kind of not taking a step forward?
I mean, it's disappointing for sure. You know, we had high goals and expectations for ourselves, and we fell well short of that. So it's definitely disappointing. You know, we didn't do things we set ourselves out to do.
What do you think you guys need to do better or add personnel-wise to close the gap and take a big leap forward next season?
Well, one, we all got to be better. I mean, we all have to be better. I have to be better. Everybody has to develop, get better. I don't think we're good enough right now, and that's just a testament to who we are. We all have to be better. It's not just one thing, not one area. It's a lot, you know. We all have to be better.
What's on your sweatshirt?
Michael Jordan lifting weights.
Oh, okay. The thing is, really? Is that him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I only saw the white guy. I was like, that's not Michael Jordan.
I don't know about him. But.
So, okay, great. Now that very important question's out of the way. Brad, looking at what you were able to achieve on court personally this past year and the efficiency was there and things like that, now that you have an idea of what it's like to play with 𝗙𝗢𝗟 and KP, what do you want to work on this summer? Is there anything you'd like to fine-tune?
Yeah, I mean, we still have to really dive into that. I still only think we played a handful of games still in this 2-year span, you know, so there's still a lot to explore there. I think definitely seeing 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓's ascension into who he is, you know, I think that'll be, you know, exciting to see. And then KP, obviously, being able to put together a whole healthy year, you know, and be super efficient like he was for us too. I think that's plays a key role. And then I have to be better. You know, I have to be more available, taking care of my body better, and we all do. I think we all had some knickknacks and missed a few games here and there, and they just never were able to create that synergy, you know, consistently. So, you know, I'm excited to see that. We all feel like we can get better, and I think that's what I love about our group. Nobody feels like, you know, I had the perfect season. You know, no, everybody feels like, you know, it was a failure in some ways, and we gotta put our hard hats back on and develop and get better. And it's, you know, it starts now.
And fairly or unfairly, you understand that there was more scrutiny on you this year after you signed the max contract.
Yeah.
How did you find playing with that extra kind of eye on you? Did you embrace that? Tommy was in here and he was just saying he reminds you that there's not that much pressure. He reminds you that you have help and everything.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. I mean, it is what it is. I can't control that. I can just go out and control what I can control, and that's me doing my job on a nightly basis as best as I possibly can, you know. I set out to be the best version of myself and the best player I can possibly be on the nightly, you know, just like I'm pretty sure everybody goes out and do their job the best way they can. So I do the same.
With 35 combined games, with you playing with 𝗙𝗢𝗟 and KP, what was it during those moments that you like most and that you want to see more of next year?
One, our aggression, and I think just our leadership just continuing to grow, you know, understanding that, you know, the team follows everything we do from body language to engagement to, you know, how we're playing, you know, and that's a direct reflection of, you know, what we three are able to do and the type of impact we're able to have and the impact we're able to have on our team, you know. So I think just our constant growth, man. Like you just said, we only had a handful of games together, so just constantly growing, being better, understanding, you know, where we like our spots and developing with Wes and his system, and, you know, just trying to figure out, you know, the best way to make it mesh better than what it has.
And speaking of meshing, Monte Morris said that at the beginning of the year, you guys were both trying to feel each other out. You had your birthdays are a day apart or something, but you guys are, towards the end of the year, really created some good chemistry. What was that relationship like with Monte as the year unfolded?
It's been great. You know, it's like that with everybody, but Tay in particular, ever since he got here, he's wanted to feel, you know, welcome, and he's kind of looked at me to give him like that stamp of approval to go out and be himself and, you know, showcase that he can help us. And I'm always an advocate for that. You know, I'm never going to hold anybody back. I'm always going to uplift guys and push them to be the best they can be. And ultimate goal is for everybody to get paid. The ultimate goal is for everybody to, you know, have some success or reach whatever goal it is that you have. And he's just another guy in that category. You know, he was in a good situation in Denver. he feels like they kind of gave up on him and moved him, and now he's in a new situation where he can kind of re-shine again and develop that confidence back. And I just try to push that. He's an awesome player. He's a good player in our league. He'll be around for a long, long time. That's for sure.
Question for you: even though the season didn't go how you wanted, can you pull me one positive that you liked personally from you this year?
My efficiency. I was really proud of that and happy with that. Being able to kind of change. I don't want to say change my game, but kind of develop other areas of my game and facilitating and just more or less kind of. I don't want to say playing point guard, but just kind of developing a new lens. This year, picking and choosing spots. Definitely wish I would have shot more threes, but I think just being more efficient, from the field, I was definitely proud of that, for sure.
And I know you know him already personally, but just as covering Goody, 22 career high, what was your thoughts on his game last night?
I wanted him to get 30, but he fell. He was a little short of that. But I was happy for him. I'm always proud of Good. I'm always challenging him, pushing him to be better. But to see where he is, I was actually talking to Monte about this the other day. Like, to see where he is, man, I never would have dreamt that or imagined that for Good. Good's a football player. Like, he's a really good football player. And just to see his development, his mindset, he's always had a dog mentality, but it just speaks volumes to see where he is now, man. Like, and then to be my teammate, like, that's
full circle.
It's nothing better. Yeah, it just comes full circle for me, man. And one makes me feel a little old, but it's definitely promising for me. It motivates me to keep going too.
Appreciate you.
Mm.
What do you think is kind of needed for this team to escape kind of the range where you guys have been in near the play-in and kind of take on that other side?
Yeah, we need to get away from that range. We need to be better, and we all know we can be better. We had goals and expectations to be better, and we can't keep talking about it. We have to do it. We gotta be better on the floor. I gotta be better. I have to lead better, play better, be more available, and we all have to get better this off season and do whatever it takes to do so. Understand that we get to do this job. We don't have to do this job.
Is there anything you've pinpointed with your availability? Like, I know earlier in your career, I believe you made some changes to start playing.
Yeah, so I would say I don't make excuses, but I haven't had the same workout routine over the last few years. It's been, especially in the summer, I had not broken wrist, but wrist surgery last year, so I couldn't lift a weight at all last summer, so that played a factor into my summer routine. And the year before, somewhat the same thing with the hamstring injury after the playoffs, and that kind of lingered into the summer. So I didn't really have a full summer to really get my work in. And then USA with COVID and all that, so it was a weird few off seasons that I had. Now, ironically, I can really go headstrong into a season and get back to my off season workout routine that I'm used to.
Hi. You mentioned the efficiency and how proud of you are of the improvement, and Tommy mentioned that, and other people mentioned it. Does that stem from working with the data analytics team or with the coaching staff, or where did that sort of improvement come from?
I've always considered myself an efficient player, but this year I've shot over 50% from the field, so it wasn't. That's definitely different, and it has a lot to do with the system, how teams guard me, how teams, give, what shots I have available, shots I shoot a game. Like, it's all of that plays a factor, and it's just me being, a little bit more decisive and picking spots and understanding, getting teammates going and trying to free the game up for me for a little bit, and how I can open up spots and shots for myself. But I think just the overall game and just being able to facilitate is kind of prep my game for the efficient year that I had, for sure. And then having guys like KP and Kuz who ascend into who they, what they did this year, I think helps too.
To that point, Wes was talking about how the team was top 10 in paint threes and getting 10 toes down and then kicking it out for those, but you didn't have a high volume of those
Right.
shots that you took. How can you get that to be a better statistic in terms of taking more high volume shots of those paint threes?
That's what we have to be better at. I think that's something we have to develop in the off season, is being able to break down, our defender, get in the paint and be able to do so, whether you're creating for yourself or creating for the next man. I think we were a little bit limited in that at times. Sometimes we get boggled up. Sometimes we'd rely too much on one-on-one, whether it was me or KP, and teams are able to kind of see through that. And when we're able to get in the paint and make teams rotate, like sometimes we rotate on defense, it makes it tough on them to guard us, especially with our shooting and our versatility. So I think it's just development. We have to be better at just understanding how to get in the paint, how to break down our guys, whether it's one-on-one or pick and rolls.
Brad, how will your conversation go? I don't know if you've had it or not, but with Wes, in terms of things you want to bring up about you two working together specifically, just things about his how you saw his year going. What were some of those topics discussed?
I haven't had my exit talk with him yet, but we've talked throughout the year, and just it's a constant evolution for him and for myself. Like, he's developing into a pure head coach in this league, and it's a constant development for him. It's still, I don't want to say fresh and new, but he's still learning on the fly a little bit, and so we're doing our absolute best to try to encourage him and make it as swift and easy for him as possible. But he's dealt with adversity just like we have, throughout the year, and I think he's handled it very well because, his crown is heavy just like mine. There's a lot of pressure on him just as well as it is on me and everybody else, and so I think he's handled it well. He does his best to try to get the best out of his players and voices that, and we just got to continue to, support him and his message and the way he wants us to play.
Brad, can you share some of the bright spots that you've seen this year? I know you mentioned being frustrated and angry, but what are some of the bright spots?
Oh, the ability for us to be able to show that we can win and beat tough teams, and and showcase we can win consistently, win and going 17-10, whatever it was before All-Star. Like, we've shown we can win games. I think that's the beauty of it. We've shown we can be consistent. We've shown we can win. We've shown those stretches of games and moments where guys play really well, and we put some stuff together, and it's like, okay, this team is going to click, and then we kind of revert back to old habits and go the other way. But I think just from a few positives this year, just how the young guys developed, how they continue to stay engaged. Denny having a good year. I think Corey had an awesome year. And just learning the game, happy for good. And just constant development. I think obviously we still have to be better. We still have to grow in that area, but I'm definitely proud of the young guys and how they learned and how they took advantage of opportunities when it was given. But just consistently, when we put it all together and when we're healthy, I think that was promising to see, but it's got to be more of it.
Johnny says his goal is to be part of the rotation next year, and I know that's ultimately Wes's decision, but what would you advise Johnny to work on this offseason to come back and achieve that goal?
Oh, that's always tough. You guys know me. I always say everything. We all got to work on everything. Nobody's perfect at what we do, but I think one thing I'm proud of Johnny at the end of the year is he was having fun. He was having more fun with it. He was confident, and you can see that. I think initially it was kind of a little bit of a whirlwind and a little fast for him, but I think honestly being in a G helped him too, because guys in a G are hungry and they're going to force you to more or less kind of, either you're going to be ready or I'm going to just take it from you. And I think it just comes down to that, just playing. Like, I think the more he plays, the more he's able to just be thrown in the fire. The more confidence you gain, and the more you're able to pay attention to, okay, this is what I really need to develop and work on. You can see he's really confident in shooting mid-ranges. He's getting to his floaters, getting to 1-2 dribble pull-ups. And so, obviously, being more consistent with that, being better off the dribble, catching and shooting better, a little bit quicker, and everything. He's a really good defender. So that's what I really love about him. He's a willing defender, and he's really good at it. But everything needs work. Everything needs work. But he has a good basis to go off of this summer.
How can you guys turn the trio of you, Kuz, and Porzingis into a sustainable winning formula?
Availability for one. I know we keep preaching that, y'all, but we do have to be healthy for that to look good. I mean, we have to be honest on that. And, but other than that, man, I think it's there. We just gotta lock into our system and being better, being consistent. You know, we're all three individually talented. You know, but we have to make our teammates better. We gotta make each other better. We gotta push each other, hold each other accountable. There's a lot of stuff we could be better at. Like, I'm always better is gonna be my word for today. Like, because definitely is clearly we underachieved. You know, so the only way on the other side of that is to be better. And so that's pretty much all I can say to that, man. Like, we just gotta continue to work on our game. You know, trust West, trust our system, trust each other. And get it done. You know, we can sit here and talk about and preach about and predict and foresee all we want, but unless we go do it, it ain't gonna mean